Welcome to your journey of healing with the Healing Podcast, hosted by licensed clinician Monique Owe and co-host Dr. Amber Mohn.
Thank you for tuning into the Healing Podcast. I'm your host, Monique Owe, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host here,
Dr. Amber Mohn.
Okay, so today's topic is, how do they really feel about you? Again, how do they really feel about you? Now, before we get into the topic, I just want to thank everybody out there for being a supporter of the Healing Podcast. We appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share it with someone if you feel like the information is helpful. And just a reminder, the Healing Podcast is not therapy. It's just a discussion between two therapists just to hopefully give you some pointers, give you a different thought process, different outlook. So how do they really feel about you? Dr. Mohn, I want to start with a little statement or quote that I saw online. Okay. And that statement reads, jealousy can hide in compliments. Envy can hide in support. And hate can hide in love. So just because they are giving it to you doesn't mean they have it for you. Learn to trust people's energy and not their words. So, Dr. Mohn, just going back to the topic, how do people really feel about us? Sometimes we don't know how people really feel, and we think they're supportive, and they're not. Should we be paying attention to more so to people's actions versus their words?
Absolutely. And so I'm glad you asked that, because it depends. Look, this depends on the situation, because I don't think that anybody should go into a relationship automatically, looking at, someone's actions versus what they say. It's just when I feel like, me personally, I think that when what they say doesn't match up with their energy is when you should go ahead and put up that red flag and start watching more of their actions than what they say. Like, just give them the benefit of the doubt until they prove that, I'm gonna have to start watching your actions because it's not lining up. I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, so I think so. You're right. We can't just suspect people automatically, just think everybody has something against us or doesn't feel have the best intentions for us. No, we can't do that. You are right. It's about watching the energy. I think the thing is, when we give excuses to people when we do see the energy. Yes. When we do see the energy is a little off, and you're wondering, well, that was just them bad day. Sometimes it is a bad day, and we assume, but other times it is. Maybe you need to really watch, is their energy off because there's some undercurrent there? There's something else. How many times, let me back up. Why is this important? Well, sometimes we end up doing stuff for people and going out of our way for people that really don't have us. And you're stressing about those people. You're wondering what's going on and why are they acting like this? And the question is, well, how do they really feel? Are they really for you? Are they really about you? Do they really want to support you? Are they really happy that you just got that degree? Are they really happy that you just got that promotion? Are they really happy that you just got a new car? Are they really happy that you just got engaged? What is it about? Are they really for you? How do they really feel? Because sometimes they are not happy for you. They have hid it in the compliments. They have hid it in the smiles. And you're stressing and wondering, why is this person acting a certain way? Well, it's because maybe they don't really feel the way you think they feel. And you spend a lot of time doing that. So I think my thing, Dr. Mohn, is just for people it's when you do see the signs.
Yes.
And you still avoid it. Mm-hmm. You saw that sign, but you still went. Mm-hmm. So Dr. Mohn, my question is, when people see the sign and something is off, more than a couple times you've seen it, why do they keep engaging?
Oh my goodness. It could be for a lot of reasons. Wanting this person to be different for some reason, maybe wanting to be accepted, hoping that this person will change. That's what comes to my head.
Hoping it will change. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it because they really want this friend or this person? It could be family, this person in their life. What if it's a sibling? You want to be close to your sibling, I would hope, right? You want that close relationship with siblings. Mm-hmm. So you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Like you said, you want to be hopeful that it's something different.
Yeah.
Because you want that relationship with that sibling, right? Because you may see that other people have close relationships with their siblings, and you want that for yourself. So is that why we continue, even though we might see the energy is off and the signs, and even though people may say you need to stay away from that person, You still go around, is it that?
Yeah, absolutely. But they have to be ready.
Okay.
Those other sibling, you can do all the right things in the world, but if they have some things against you, some things that they're harboring when it comes to you, there's nothing you can do about that.
You're right. I think sometimes we're too nice. We want to be too nice. We want to have people's back too much. We want to always look out for them and putting ourselves on the back burner.
Yeah.
I think that gets in the way too.
Mm-hmm.
I think the love can get in the way, and people will wonder, how can you say that? How can love get in the way? Well, yeah, you can love somebody blindly to the point where you're not seeing the truth.
Oh yeah.
Right? The blinders can go on. Your love for them can cause you to be blinded. Yes. About their behavior, even though their behavior and their actions have been showing you a different version, and to show you that they've really been maybe they have been jealous and envious of you. The love has blinded you from seeing the truth. So I think the love can get in the way, Dr. Mohn. I think you said, you said how hoping that they'll change because you might see that energy. I think the love gets in the way sometimes. That's that sibling love or that friendly love, that bond. I think that gets in the way, and we end up ignoring those signs that we saw years ago.
And the idea of the word sibling, the word brother, the word sister. And just, a lot of people think like, okay, well, we are brother and sister, so this is how things have to be. We have to have a relationship. We have to get along. We can't be these things. And my thing is, I know plenty of people who have siblings who have backed away from their sibling because of their actions and because they weren't acting like a sibling. Just because they were not acting like a sibling. And it was, affecting that person's life. So I think sometimes we just get blinded of just the word sibling.
The word.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The word. Because, families will quickly tell you, well, that's your sister. That's your brother.
Yes.
So you're supposed to look out for them. You're supposed to deal with that. Because that's who it is. That's family. Family is everything. And it can be. But I think family is what you make it.
It's family is what you
Or who you make it.
Yes.
It's not always who you're born into. Sometimes it's the person you become connected to through friendship. That can be family, But again, going back to how do they really feel? Why is this important? Because is it affecting your life? It's how this person feels about you affecting your life. It's how this person feels about you cause you to make a decision in your life that kind of caused you some turmoil. They were feeling a certain way you didn't know. You thought they were on the up and up, but they really weren't. And now they have caused you to suffer a consequence because of how they really felt. And you did something, now you're dealing with the consequence and they've gone on with their life, right? Or they've abandoned you, they don't talk to you anymore. And you're like, how can you not talk to me anymore after all that I did for you? I sacrificed a lot for you. And there you are. This is friend, this is family, this is co-worker, this is, I don't know, this is somebody, this is whoever, this is the person standing next to you in the store, I don't know. This is, how do they really feel about you? Now, the stranger in the store probably doesn't have any energy. They do something to you, doesn't matter. But the people who have been close to you, and you're wondering, wow, this is why you have been acting that way, and I chose not to see it. It's the energy is causing you to spend. It's the time it's causing you to spend. It's the thoughts in your head. It's the finances you may have lost, maybe because you helped them out when they really weren't there for you. They were for themselves. Mm-hmm. They weren't for them. Dr. Mohn, how many times have people helped out people because they needed them, and they might have put themselves in a bind, right? Mm-hmm. And that person then does, oh, well, you should have did more. Or you didn't really give me that much. So what, you gave me $2,000. Mm-hmm. It was just $2,000.
Or how about everything is all good while I'm helping you, but as soon as I say no, then you got a problem.
That's a good one, Dr. Mohn. Say that again. As soon as you say no.
Yeah. Now we're not friends no more. Now you don't have time for me. So then what was it?
Wow. Interesting. Isn't that amazing, Dr. Mohn, that you can be doing something for somebody for a long time? For a long time, right? Mm-hmm. And the moment I said, no, I'm not going to be able to help you this time with the 300 this time. Well, you never do anything for me anyway.
Exactly.
Oh, every time I come to you, it's a problem. Wait a minute. How? Didn't I give you 2,000 and 3,000 and 100 and 400? Never asked for it back. And now it's the time that I say I can't or no, I'm not doing it. It's an issue.
I got another one though.
What's the other one?
How about, say, you're thinking you're in a friendship where, you both do things for each other. But you're not even realizing that you're doing way more for your friend than they are for you. You only realize that when you ask for them to help you out or for them to do something that you've probably been doing probably the whole friendship, and they go ghost on you. They ain't got it. They can't help it. They can't, whatever.
Oh, okay.
That happens more than not as well.
It definitely does, or have you ever noticed the ones who kind of, you always seem to come around when it looks like, maybe when either it looks like I might have something going on or not, you seem to come up, but any other time, if I do say, like you said, if I do come up, well, hey, I need you to come over here and spend some time with me because of this. Oh, I have something going on. I got a lot of stress in my life and I have the kids and I got this to take care of. I can't show up for you. But I've been showing up for you. I just said, but why? But then when I have something stressful going, or when it looks like maybe I'm down and out, then you want to say, let me come over and make sure that you're good. Come talk to me about what's going on in your life. What's wrong? So you want to know everything that's wrong. But when I just say, hey, come over and just spend time with me, I'm busy. I had the kids. I got something going on. I can't really, I'm taking care of my mother-in-law now, so I can't really have time for you. Well, wait a minute. You've always had time before to listen to me when you feel like I got something wrong going on.
Right.
So I think that one is too. Some people like to see you down.
Oh yeah.
They like to know when things are down. But when it's just for the regular, no, I don't have time for you. I think that's another sign of, does that person really have the best intention for you? So but how do they really feel? Not how they feel. How do they really feel? That's the emphasis is on really. You have to watch those things.
Yes.
And again, I think Dr. Mohn and I, we're not saying to go out with a radar like everywhere around, like a metal detector. Just like, no, everything is not bad. All people are not bad in your life. It's just those ones that you become like, I wonder. Dr. Mohn, some of those people, don't other people in our life sometimes tell you need to watch out for that person?
Yes.
And then you realize,
yes.
And then that person may show you what the person told you to watch out for.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm one of those people. You can tell me about a person, but I have to see it for myself. And so I still go into it. Probably I should have taken what was said by somebody else and just had it in the back of my head, but for some reason I don't. And then you have to show me. And I've gone back a few times and saying, you told me.
That's you, Dr. Mo. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Why? How come you don't take their word for it, Dr. Mo?
Good question. I don't know. I just feel like, let me just give them the benefit of the doubt. So I want.
So everybody is wrong. Everybody else is wrong in your life.
I just want to learn somebody for myself.
Okay.
And typically, and because the people who are around me, people who are in my life, are genuine and are not on, no mess. So I really should take into account that we're a lot alike. So what you're telling me is going to happen to me. Okay. But I don't. I can be honest.
You can be honest. Okay. Well, before we get into how you can maybe recognize more so when you have certain people in your life that maybe the energy's a little off, we're going to go ahead and make a quick segue here and go ahead to, you guessed it, the situation. Dr. Mohn, what's our situation for today?
All right. Dear Healing Podcast, my son passed away a few years ago. He was 5 years old. He suddenly became ill. Within 2 weeks of being in the hospital, he passed. His mother and I were no longer together. We broke up when my son was 2 going on 3. The breakup was amicable. We felt our lives were, headed in 2 different directions. We had joint custody of our son, and we co-parented well together. Needless to say, the loss was heartbreaking for the both of us. We leaned on each other, when he passed. We even thought about rekindling our relationship, but decided against it. I have since moved to another state. I'm now in a new relationship that is going really good. The issue is my son's mother keeps texting and calling me. She uses the excuse that she is thinking of our son, but wants to carry on conversations about other things. I want to be supportive, but at the same time, I want to focus on my current relationship. I would prefer not to talk to my ex. I understand we shared a child together, but sadly our son is no longer here. I'd rather grieve the loss of my son separately and focus on my new relationship. Am I wrong to want to cease all communication with her? How do I do this? Wow, well, let me first, send my condolences for your loss. I think that is, that's hard to deal with. So, but answer to your question is no. You have the right to grieve the way you want and need to. So when it comes to, the question of how do you do that? Well, my thing is to be honest with her. And it still doesn't mean that you can't be there for her. Maybe you both decide on maybe his birthday or, a day where you can, call and talk about him or, kind of just share memories and things like that. So you don't have to cease all communication. But I think that it's important for you to, kind of let her know where you are in life. And it might help push her to maybe getting some more help or, getting some therapy or some things so that she can grieve as well. So no, you're not wrong for that. Yeah, that's what I have. Monique, what do you think?
Okay, so thank you for sharing your situation with the Healing Podcast. I am as well. Let me echo Dr. Mohn. I'm sorry about the loss of your child. That's definitely painful. One of the most painful things probably in life is to lose a child. So I am sorry about the loss. As far as your ex or the mother, no, I think your question about wrong to just want to move on, like not to have that interaction with her. No, you're not wrong. I think the connection was your child, right? You could share the fact that you both lost a child, but no, you do not have to be her rock of support. I think you have your family you're trying to develop, or you said a new relationship. So that is fine to focus on that. I think it is okay. I think sometimes we use people as a crutch, and she may be using you as a crutch. Who knows? That might be her way of getting through the grief. But I think, no, it's okay if you want to move on, because that being with her or supporting her a lot may remind you of the loss of your son and might help prevent you from grieving the way you need to. So no, it's okay to create that boundary. I think it's okay to just inform her that we can be mindful of the death date, but I'm going to grieve in my way. You grieve in your way, because you guys are not together. If you guys were still together, it would be different, but you guys really are not. It really is. It's a relationship that's no longer. So no, you're okay with just to set that boundary, and no, it does not make you a bad person or anything. So I hope if anyone else is out there and you have a situation that you want to share, please share with the Healing Podcast. I hope that information is helpful. Please email support@thehealingpodcast.com if you would like to share your situation. Again, support@thehealingpodcast.com. And before we continue with the topic, a word from our sponsor, Healing Expressions.
Are you someone who has been considering therapy? Perhaps someone else has told you that you need to talk to a therapist. Or maybe you're in a relationship and you want to discuss some challenges that you've been facing with your significant other. Maybe there's a communication issue, perhaps an incident of infidelity. Or maybe you just want to strengthen your relationship because you guys are thinking about taking another step. Maybe you're struggling with anxiety or depression, perhaps grief, life stressors, and you just want to share your thoughts with someone. Well, consider contacting Healing Expressions. Healing Expressions is a private practice located in the Atlanta, Georgia area. You will be given a session at an affordable price with a licensed therapist. If this resonates with you, consider going to healingexpressionsllc.com, reading about the practice, and hitting the contact tab to see if you can book a session. All right, thank you so much. And back to the Healing Podcast.
Okay, so getting back into the topic, Dr. Mohn, of how do they really feel about you? We all want people, I think, who are in our corner, who are for us, who are genuine, right? We need people. I'm never going to say we don't need people. It's painful to find out someone you were close to really wasn't for you. It's painful to find out that they really had envy or were jealous of you, right? It's painful to find out they never really were about you, they were about them. But it happens. It does happen, Dr. Mohn. There are people like that for whatever reason, trying to figure out why. I don't think you're going to get that answer. Because some people just don't like the fact that you have more than them. They don't like that you have something that they don't have. That might be just human behavior. Like, I want that thing for me. I'd rather have it for me than you. I think that sometimes is what it is. And some people, like you said, Dr. Mohn, I think you mentioned selfish. Some people are just selfish. I'd rather have it, not you. Yes. I don't care what you had to go through to help me, but I needed it. So, but to get through that, how to recognize it, Dr. Mohn, can we talk to how do people recognize that somebody's energy really is not for them? If the feelings are really off about them, how can they recognize that?
I think that it's important to say less and watch more.
I like that.
Yeah. just watch their actions. Once they've kind of shown you, maybe once or twice, something is not right, then sit back and just watch and listen and observe. We don't do enough of that, I feel.
Observing. That is true. I think that is true. Observing them. I think pay more attention, and I think listen to their words. Even when they're around you, listen to the things they say. Like when you share something good, listen to the response they give. Are they clapping for you? Are they happy? Are they laughing with you? Are they like, oh, yeah, that did happen for you, huh? That's interesting. Good. You know, it's an undertone. It's not excitement. It's just like an undertone. It's a lack of energy when something good happens for you. That's another sign to look out for. Do they try to do then what you were doing? Like, do they mimic it? You know what I mean? Now, another sign is, let's say you said you were gonna go buy a certain type of car, and now all of a sudden they want to buy a new car, but they weren't talking about a new car yet. They hadn't mentioned anything about a car, or you're applying for this new position, but then they want to apply for that position. You know, little things like that.
So what you're saying, Monique, is that some people can be in your life, don't even like you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Apparently.
I mean, can you think about that for a second? You are communicating with someone who, and they're in your life and you're talking, every day and sharing things, and they don't even like you.
Right. Yeah. It can happen. Maybe they might have liked you, right? So I'm not going to say they purposely plotted to get with you. They might have liked you at first. It might have been something that connected you to. And again, it could be family where you were connected because you are family. But because of things happening in your life a certain way, no, they don't like that. But I'll stick around you for now. Because it could be a benefit too.
As I was going to say, because they could be benefiting in some way.
Right. I could benefit.
Which
if you have money, I benefit, right? Dr. Mohn, if you have money and I'm your friend, don't I benefit?
Absolutely you do.
You give me good gifts. You look out for me when I need a favor. If I'm down and out, you take care of it. If we go out, you take care of the bill. If we travel, you buy my ticket. So it's a benefit for me to be connected.
When you look good, I look good.
I look good, right? So there's a benefit to be around you. No, I don't really like you. But the alternative is to what? Not have?
Exactly.
So Dr. Mohn, there's a benefit there. So the thing is, you have to look at, I guess another sign will also be, Dr. Mohn said observe more. I'm saying listen to their words more. I'm saying also watch to see, are they excited when you share good things about you? I'm not talking about a day when they're just down. I'm talking about just in general when you say things, are they always supportive? The other thing you can look out for is how much are they willing to share about them or to give of them, right? Even if one of you has more money than the other one, that's fine. One has, but they might have a good talent that you need something creative done, but they never offer it.
I have a question. So let's talk about jealousy just for a second. Is it okay to be jealous and still, do you think it's possible to be jealous of, someone because of maybe something that they have and that you want or whatever, but still love and love them and want to be in their life and still protect them and things of that nature? Like, how do you deal with someone like that when you know that they love you, but they're jealous of maybe where you are in life and them not being in life and things of that nature?
So you want to know, is it possible that a person can be jealous if you can still love you?
Yeah. I mean, is that something, what do you do in a situation like that when you know that they still love you? They're jealous now. And they can act jealous sometimes, or, a lot of the times when you keep rising and having all this success. Do you still keep that person in your life? Or do you...
I think you have to keep them at a distance. I don't know. First of all, I don't know if you can have jealousy towards me. I don't know if you really love me. I don't know. I can understand a moment in life. Yeah, like gosh, I wish I would have hit the lotto. Just I wish I would have hit the jackpot. But you can have moments like that. I'm not saying because we're all human. I'm not saying that. That's a human moment. But the undercurrent of it, if you're feeling that way towards me, where you feel like things are always happening for me and not happening for you, no, I don't think your love is genuine. So no, I don't think you can have a person like that in your life, because see, if jealousy really takes root I don't know what you might do to me if it really takes root. It's about the extreme. I think you have to keep a boundary there. My question would be, why would you want to keep that person in your life?
Well, I mean, when we talk about siblings and things of that nature.
We're related.
Yeah, we're related.
That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, even with my own kids, based on the attention that one gets.
Okay.
There's jealousy.
Okay.
But
okay.
If you come at any of them, they're going to protect each other. They're going to cry for each other when they get in trouble. But, when everything is going good, if one is getting the attention versus the other, there's jealousy there.
Okay.
So, and that's just one little example.
I think that's a moment. Like I said, you can have moments of jealousy, but if you have a root of jealousy where it's taken over, then no. I think siblings growing up, there's sibling rivalry. Mm-hmm. There's no how come they got it and I didn't get it? There's that. Mm-hmm. That's natural. Like I said, those are human moments. But if that takes root because of how the parents are, the parents can create the environment too.
I agree.
The parents can, that's fine if you gave one, they earned some sneakers and the other one didn't. That's fine. But it's if you keep doing it. Well, this one will get it, but you won't. And it's always that way. See, that's when the jealousy can take root. It can really take root and becomes a problem. Or if maybe the other one it's not jealous, but the parents make them feel like they are. Oh, you're just jealous of your sibling because they have that talent and you don't. And you're like, I don't even care. I'm good with not having it. I was fine. That's a problem too. So I think in that case, that's just a human moment, sibling. I think it's when it takes root and it really starts to fester. That's a problem. I think in that, and when you see it, again, when you recognize it, you just have to keep it bound. Do you have to cut them off? Maybe not. But I think you don't include them in everything in your life. You keep them at a distance. I could see you at the Thanksgiving table. I could even joke with you. I could laugh with you. We could even talk about a good memory. I could ride to the store with you. But you won't know that I'm about to go ahead and get this promotion until you see it. You won't know, hey, this is what's going on in my life. That's the boundary. So I guess, is it possible to have them in your life? Yeah, it's possible. I just would create a boundary around it. That's my take on it. Because maybe you don't want to cut off your sibling, and I get it. Some people just I want to still keep him in my life. That's fair. Just be careful. I say move with caution. Dr. Mohn, what are your other thoughts about this topic here, about how people really feel?
My thing is just keep, paying attention to the red flags. And we say this, all of the time. But we don't have time to have people in our lives who don't like us or who's jealous of us or who doesn't, want the best for us.
Okay, makes sense. Well, I thank you for today for tuning into the Healing Podcast. Again, thank you for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe. Go to the YouTube channel, The Healing Podcast. Make sure it's the one with Monique Owe and Dr. Amber Mohn. And I'll leave you with this. Focus on the people who replenish your energy, not the people who drain your energy. And that is by Anonymous. Okay? Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.